In search of healthy keto, Russian honey cake, Medovik, Medovnik, Medovego Torta. I have to find the right placement for the flour part. So the one I'm using is almond flour mostly, and a little bit of flaxseed. And I think the texture would go nicely. That's for the cake part. And for the cream, it's pretty much good as it is. Healthy keto, no carbs. We can use the sour cream, and I improvised with a little bit of cream cheese and cream. Could of course use even milk and half and half, but this is my composition. You can look at the recipe that I have in the description section. The biggest replacement that I made, and that's gonna be a little tricky because it's called honey cake. It's a burnt honey, caramelized, and then that makes the taste so unique. So I'm not gonna completely get rid of the honey. I'm using a Texas Raw Honey Unfiltered. It's about 1 tablespoon, and it has some carb, I know, but it's just 1 tablespoon. So it should give enough flavor that we're looking for in the honey cake. But mostly I'm replacing the honey with a sugar-free, very low calorie. It's maple syrup. That seems to be the best replacement for honey. So that's pretty much it. Of course, we still need some sweetener. So I'm replacing entirely the sugary part with stevia and monk fruit mix, which I normally use these packets of whole earth blend, 2 grams each. So we'll use that. About 12 packets for the cake and 8 packets for the cream. So let's begin. Okay, I started with a saucepan, 1 tablespoon of raw unfiltered honey, and it goes the maple syrup. It's about 1/3 low calorie, 0 sugar maple syrup. I still need more sweetness for maple syrup. It's not going to be as sweet as you expect from the honey, so I have to add about 12 packs of stevia, and we'll just try to caramelize it in very low heat. Okay. About 2 minutes into this, when it thickens, I'll add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Alright, looks like it's almost ready. You can smell it. The smell itself is divine. Wow. Now we'll just add the butter, and I need to turn off the oven because we need to add those eggs, and of course you can't just add egg in this high heat. So it'll take a few minutes, but butter will go right now. Okay, so just for convenience, I scraped off the entire pan using a spatula. You can do that so you don't miss out on those nicely burnt honey. Now I'll just mix it up here with almond flour, flaxseed, and that's it. That'll be my dough for the cake, and the eggs will go there, and I think that's pretty much it for now. Okay. The color of the ground flaxseed resembles very much the color of the honey cake. Even the texture looks the same. So now I just have to mix it well, and then we'll go in the oven for 350 degrees for about 8 to 9 minutes, depending on the temperature gradient there. So you just make it very thin layer, and as much as you can. I divided into 2 parts, so the 2 batches of 8 minutes each. That will have more layers. If you need more layer, you can do even 4 of these. But I think that's good enough amount of layering here. So let's see. Okay, while it's baking, I'm making the cream. This is first goes the cream and the sugar packets, 8 packets of stevia with monk fruit on it. Now let's start to do about 2 minutes of these. Okay, now we'll add the sour cream and some cream cheese, about 4 ounces of cream cheese and 8 ounces of sour cream, 8 to 10 ounces depending on the texture I like. Okay, I wanted to show you the beautiful texture. Now I added the cream cheese and run this thing for about a minute. Let's see. Cream texture you want, so you can easily sandwich it in between the layers. Okay, it took about 10 minutes because the thickness was slightly thicker than I could make, but that's okay. You can spread it if you take your time. I will just trim this part just for the crumbles and to make it look nicer. So you can make any shape you like. You can make it round, you can make it triangle, whatever you like. But let's just trim this out to a slightly nicer shape to handle this. And then these will go different batch for the crumbles, which will go on top of the cake. So for now I'm waiting for the second layer, and I'm thinking, how should I make it? I can do like these, or I can do like this. It'll look nicer this way, guys. So just cut it here. So another layer will come, and then in the meantime I can actually start putting the cream right here. Okay, time to just layer this up, and there we go. This is the fun part. You just make sure it just evenly spread out. Okay. And once you layer them up like this, it should go in the fridge for at least 1 hour. That way it becomes stable. Generally 1 to 2 hours or overnight. Okay, layering is done. Now all I have to do is put the crumbs on top, and this is just all I did is I took those trim part and put it in this blender for about a minute in the lowest speed I have, and that's pretty much makes a nice crumbs. If you want a crispier version, you can even run it through a microwave, probably 1 minute in the microwave, or you can bake it, whatever you prefer. But it'll go nicely on top to cover the whole area, and then that's about it. It will sit in the fridge for about 1 to 2 hours. It will be ready. It just needs to stabilize. so you can cut it through and see the texture. Okay, after a few hours in the fridge, it looks like this, and you can see it's full of cream. I like this honey cake to have lots of cream inside. I think that's the most tastier part. But if you want the layer to be seen, and if you want it to be much more stable version, of course you can just reduce the thickness of the cream in each layer, and you can layer them up. Some people go for 8 layers, 7, 6, but I can tell that it's really the cream is the amount of cream I wanted. That's perfect. I have to just taste it now. Wow, great. This is exactly what I hoped for. Perfect. Lots of cream. Crispiness is just the amount I wanted on top, and the sweetness is perfect. It's really customizable very easily depending on what kind of thing you're looking for in this cake. But very nice cake for all occasion. All right, bon appetit.